Hello.
Hi! It's
Hello.
Positive Impact Magazine with Love Infinity, and I'm Nicole Fevrier Davis. It's good to see you all. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today? Positive Impact Life.
Positive Impact Life. I'll get it one day. I'll get it down one day.
It's all good. It's all the same. Multimedia.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be global, massive amounts of people watching all the time. So we are available for psychic readings today. I will say that I just posted something on Instagram showing how to perform an exercise with an ab dolly. You can also do a TRX or a slide. But what I find is like a lot of people, and you might be experiencing this at home as well, a lot of people don't have equipment like that, or they don't want to spend the money right now because they're in between jobs. So I have a great way of working out the same way, but with a hand towel. So I thought I might demonstrate that if you don't mind. Is that okay, love?
I would love that because I'm looking. Can I use this is handier. If I wanted to get a hand towel, I'd have to get up.
I don't know that you have the real. So you need a hand towel or like a washcloth, something small like that. And then you need a wooden floor or a tile floor. And this is how this goes. I'll show you how it goes.
Show me.
So the exercise I demonstrated on Instagram earlier today is pretty advanced for a lot of people. And I can't really show you the entire exercise here just because of limitations of the camera and limitations of the space I have. But basically, you will put your toes on the ab dolly. I'll demonstrate with the knees so you get an idea. But you would put your toes on the ab dolly. Inhale out. Exhale, contract the abs and pull it back to the spine. Inhale out. Exhale in. But I demonstrated a little more advanced technique this morning, balancing on your toes. So what I was thinking is a great way to simulate that exercise if you don't have an ab dolly or a slide, you can use a hand towel. And place your knees here. Push your knees out. Inhale here. Exhale and draw it in. Inhale out.
You can do that with your toes. Could you do that with your toes too?
You could do it with your toes. And you would just have to make sure that there was enough slide, this floor hasn't been thoroughly mopped in a while, so it's a little sticky kind of, So it gets a little, but you get the point there. The other great thing.
Or Nicole, just keep the floor dirty and go around the whole room doing those.
See, it's that workout that I love.
You can get a workout and clean your floor.
Exactly. That's the whole point. But at different gyms that I would teach at all over, they would have very, very highly polished floors. So I would do that. If they didn't have the equipment that I like to use, I would bring in a hand towel or I'd use one of their hand towels and I drop it on the floor. One of the other things you can do with a hand towel to work inner and outer thigh, I love this, is you place it on the floor, put your feet together. You're going to start with your feet together. You're going to load the weight on the leg that doesn't have the towel on it. So you're going to support your whole body weight here, but you're going to push out with the other leg, push down, and pull it back in on that side. You tell me if that is not a fantastic inner thigh workout.
Yeah, it makes me want to work out. Darn it. I mean, not darn it. I love working out. I love working out.
Oh, I love working out too. And I think that was one of the things I wanted to talk about is like how to stay motivated at home. Because
I have been motivated since I broke my knee, and I want to even do the arms or the abs, and I need some motivation. So this is a perfect topic. Thank you.
So, I mean, what I do in the morning to get motivated, I will get up and the first thing I do is I'll try to find a YouTube motivation video that I just listen to in the background while I'm like getting dressed. And then if it's really like a hard day, I will get up and I will just start walking all over the place. And then while I'm walking, I listen to some of my favorite DJs, you know.
Who's one of your favorite DJs? Let's hear it.
Well, I love Diplo. I love Skrillex.
Oh, Diplo. Oh, I love that guy. Oh.
They're like geniuses in beat. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The things they put together, I'm just like, I'm in love, you know.
I got to see him live in San Francisco on the streets. Wow. It was one of the best shows. And I saw him. We were very close to the stage with him. And then I moved around the side, and even watching him dance, I'm like, oh my God, the guy can do it. The man can move and create music. And it was just vibrating through our whole bodies in the streets. And we're on the streets of San Francisco. It was so amazing. Oh.
But isn't that so inspirational and motivational? Like you want to get up and you want to be a part of that. So I try to recreate that, you know, every other day. So this is how I work out. I try to hit my maximum target heart rate on alternate days, because it just keeps your metabolism moving along. So like this morning, I think my maximum target heart rate was 159 or something like that. So now on alternate days, I'll go for a walk. But on those days that I want to hit 159, 160, I ramp up the music. And this is nothing new. It's just I'm reminding you all that this is, you know, available, right? You know, and Love does it and I do it. And it's something that'll overcome the, you know, I'm always worried about, my sons are still at home. Some of them are here working and things. So I'm worried about like, oh, you know, I can't be too loud, but I put earbuds in and I sing to myself. My youngest was like, Mom, I could hear you singing while I was taking a geometry test. You know? But I said, was I interrupting you? He goes, no, I just thought it was really funny.
So does all his class, can his classmates hear you?
I don't know. I didn't ask him that piece, but he was just cracking up. I'm like, well, let me know if it is a big problem, because that is my nature, right?
That's so great. Oh my God, that reminds me of a story. I have to share this story because it's making me laugh. Laughter is so great. I love laughing. So the boys play these video games, you know, live with other people.
Yeah.
I guess they're playing with big groups of people. I don't know. And so I like to go in their rooms and be goofy with them when I'm craving some loving on them. I want to hug them and stuff. And I can't even tell the story. It's so funny. And I go in there and I start singing like really crazy, like goofy, like, oh, like just something crazy. I don't even know what song it was. Probably a rock song, singing it obnoxiously like that.
Right.
And like, I could hear the other people talking on the thing. And I heard somebody saying, who's that? And my son nonchalantly, like, it's no big deal. It's his everyday life, my mom.
Yes.
Who waves her freak flag every day.
Exactly.
And says, that's my mom. And the guy's going, no, it's not. Bullshit. And then I hear a bunch of people chiming in, that's not your mom. And then I could hear that. So I got goofier and crazy. And no one believed him.
But that's
no one believed him. It was this one. It was so cracking me up. I'm that crazy fun mom. I would roller skate through the house and make pancakes so I could practice my roller skating because I rollerbladed for years. Right. I used to roller skate when I was young, and I had the best roller skates. They were hot pink wheels, black, the short ones. I wonder where those are. I miss those. But I would roller skate around the house to get practice because it's harder to go back on four wheels after being on rollerblades.
Yeah.
And serve pancakes with the roller skates.
I used to do a lot of roller skating. And it's funny you mentioned that because I was just thinking the other day, you know, we have an opportunity while we're stuck at home, or maybe the gyms are open in our area, but we're not really necessarily into going. Like I mean, I'm sure it's the cleanest it's ever been, but when
that's content too.
Huh?
Restaurants are too.
No, but I mean, if you've worked in a gym, you have seen things. People, you don't want to know what goes on in a gym.
Yes, but now that COVID's hit, everywhere is stepping up the cleaning game.
Yes.
I kind of like that part of it.
I'm just saying, like, if you find it difficult to go back to a gym, or you don't feel comfortable going back to a gym because of any of those reasons, it's a really good idea to come forward and pump up the music, act a little crazy, get out of your own skin, and just do something different. You know, that's all your mind and body really want.
Yeah.
Do something different. And
I highly recommend roller skating through your house.
I want to do that now. I had a great pair of roller skates.
Carpet's hard. So half my house was, sorry, I keep interrupting you. Half my house was wood floors and half was carpet, and roller skating on carpet was fun. It felt like a good exercise. Roller skating.
I just remember those gel. You remember the gel wheels? The jelly wheels. They were so cool.
Like clear looking.
Well, like I got them in different colors. This is years ago now. Like I'm talking like early 90s. But we used to get really, and they were very fast. They were faster than the hard, composite wheels. But that was an awesome exercise. A lot of cardio. Really hit all parts of your legs. It was really fun. And it's fun.
It's fun. I loved roller skating backwards, doing the thing with your friends.
And if you had roller skates, you could do that core exercise too. You could just you could do that. Mine had brakes on the front. Yeah.
It's really bumming me out. I lost my roller skates through all the moving. I moved so much in the last 2 years or 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I've lost track of so much moving here. But anyway, so we are motivating each other today to get out there and work out when you can. The other thing I found very interesting was wasn't necessarily motivating initially until I started thinking about it, but just like jogging on a path, like you're alone and you're not really with a tribe or anything. But I found that I really get turned on by other people. Don't you do that? Like go into a gym, you're like, you see them dripping in sweat and like, oh my God, go. I get so excited.
Yeah, it's motivating.
Maybe it's not the same for you.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it is. It is. I love that. It's really great. Yeah.
But going back to the dance thought, like we used to do a lot of dance parties with the boys. And I think about it now, like I could probably get them into another dance party, even if it's just us. I think I could get them to do it.
Yeah, get their girlfriends over and they'll really do it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or are they shy around their girlfriends?
It's not so much shy. I think they're just they think I'm crazy,
That's okay. That's great. They can blame it on my mom. My mom's a kook brown. You got to do what she says.
Yep.
Over here. Yep. Get all his friends over and get them dancing.
That's how I get my sons to do a lot of things, honestly. Just listen to your crazy mother, and they laugh about it. It like engages them. So I'm happy, that's fine.
That's so funny. So wait, use that as an example again. Like how do you get them to do what you want them to do by how? By what do you say?
No, I'm the crazy mom, so why wouldn't you,
Oh yeah, you're the crazy cool mom.
Well, luckily, I have a good relationship with them. You have a good relationship with your sons. And luckily when I say, you should try this, they're starting to get the hint that, oh, you know what? She actually knows what she's talking about. Yeah. Okay. That's a whole different learning curve.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you want, I can pull some cards from the MindBody Oracle. I left it on the other side of the room. Hold on a second.
Okay.
And we can see if someone needs any guidance in their life, questions psychically answered here. And I'll be right back.
Anyone that's listening, please feel free to ask a question. There's a reading.
I'll also show you, these are some readings I gave more recently. So like I actually do full length readings with very detailed
Wow.
mind body information.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah, I'll go through, you know, every chakra center in the body and its associated neurotransmitter, hormones and chemicals that if they need balancing, I tell them that. If it's a physiological problem, I'll tell them what's going on with the muscles and bones. I really do, you know, want to be like that conduit for people because I feel like we don't have this, you know, we don't have the ability to communicate, or at least the majority of people that I work with don't have the ability to communicate with other people. I mean, within their own bodies, the way that I've kind of gotten used to. So I find it very interesting, you know, like I would love to teach more people about it. But again, you know, it's the kind of thing that right now with COVID, we're not really doing any workshops. I usually book 2 or 3 workshops every other quarter until I can catch up with myself. And then the next quarter I'll do one. But for the last year, I haven't done that many workshops. And part of it was overwhelming for me with a business and trying to keep up with my clients and trying to keep up with the marketing and everything, all of that into one bag. But more recently, it's just because of COVID, you know, and I do a couple of Zoom calls and things like that. But okay, so this is interesting. I picked from my MindBody Oracle, I picked thighs. So thighs, teach, and activate. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see them.
So whenever we're working on the thighs, we're working on things, it depends on the part of the thigh you feel is the weakest. Like this is asking us to teach that part of our thigh that's weak to be active, to be a part of the entire being. So when we're working on thighs, we're working on a part of our ability to relate to each other because we grow up from our feet through our legs. So when we hit the thighs, we're hitting the, you know, mid-teens to early 20s area into the sacrum. That has to be strong in order for us to engage and be in strong relationships. So if you find any part of your thighs weak, if the hamstrings are too tight, maybe you're a little bit too controlling in past relationships, and maybe that's why it's harder to move on now. Or maybe the inner thighs are too weak. And that kind of points to issues with intimacy, either not getting enough or not understanding how to be intimate. So finding that part of your thigh that's really weak, and then making it a focal point to strengthen, like we just did on the floor with the inner thigh work, and it does work abductors as well and quadriceps because the supporting leg is working so hard as well. But by doing some of that, you're actually starting to engage the subconscious mind in how to be intimate and how to engage with other people on a different level, other than, you know, just kind of like a superficial relationship level. That's why I love doing the MindBody Oracle, because it points up things with people that they have no idea, you know, that weakness correlates with a part of their personality that is maybe out of balance or not really experiencing a level of truth yet. I just think the whole thing is fascinating.
That is so interesting that you picked thighs, because I'm working on all that stuff.
You are.
Not that I'm controlling, so definitely all the other stuff.
Well, I think, you know, when you're talking about thighs a lot, I think a lot of people really, and I see this everywhere, there's a lot of focus, especially if you're in spin classes a lot, or if you are getting training by, you know, a traditional free weight trainer, they'll focus a lot on quadriceps strength, glutes, and hamstrings. They don't focus on adduction or abduction. So it's really important to learn how to round out your workout by getting strength training for adduction as well as abduction, or otherwise known as inner and outer thigh.
Those are my favorite parts to work out when I work out. The other ones that you're talking about are my least favorite. Like, yeah. I don't like that machine that you pull up. I don't mind the one where you're on your stomach and you pull this way. But the one that you go like, I'm like,
oh. So what happens when you do leg extension? What feels uncomfortable?
just burned. Like I used to, my legs were so great. I got to get them back there.
Oh, you will. You will definitely do that.
Well, what's a good inner and outer thigh workout if you don't have a gym? And you use the towel example. That was inner thigh, right?
That's inner thigh, but you're also working quadriceps on the supporting leg and glutes and abduction on that side, because you have to kind of utilize some of those outer thigh muscles to stabilize you while you're drawing the other leg in. So it's a little bit of isometrics on the stabilizing leg, but that's a good one. The other thing I like to do you have any balls around the house, like a basketball or a squishy ball? Or
I have a big ball, the ab ball.
Oh, a big one. Okay, so I'm talking, you can go to like literally any dollar store in the spring or even in the summer. I don't know if they have them now, but they have small balls about this big, maybe 8 inches, 9 inches across, they have some give to them, but they're still firm. So what I like to do, are you familiar with hip raises?
Yes.
So if you're laying on your back and your arms are by your sides, your feet are parallel to each other, but about 1.5 feet away from your glutes, maybe 1 foot away from your glutes, your bottom. Put the ball in between your knees, squeeze in on it, just isometrically holding the ball in place. Lift the hips up, hold for 30 seconds. It will kill you. And then drop back down. And then maybe do 10 or 15 reps, lifting and lowering the hips and keeping tension on that ball the whole time. That's a great adduction workout. The other thing that I have been known to do, and I don't recommend it for everyone right away, it's like after your legs have gotten strong enough, but I have 10-pound leg weights, and I will do side-lying small inner thigh leg lifts. But it's very hard. And if you have like a 3 or 5 pound leg weight, that's even better. If you don't have any weights, you could take a can of tomatoes and just hold it against the inner thigh as you lift and lower. And that actually produces a lot of resistance. So that was really interesting. I mean, I've been experimenting, you can imagine, over the summer with all kinds of things, especially with clients who I do work with online that don't have a whole lot of equipment. And, it might be in between the time that they ordered something, or they just don't want to buy something. So we'd have to improvise all the time.
A lot of stuff back ordered because of COVID. I mean, everybody I know that ordered workout stuff. And, it's back.
That is true. I mean, I'm very fortunate in that, like, this house fits all of my stuff for my studio. I do have a recumbent bike down in the garage that I'm still waiting to bring up. But yeah, that's what I'm hearing. And it's like across the board. It's not just exercise and fitness equipment. It's like, lumber supplies and grocery items, and everything's like getting backlogged now. I don't understand. Well, I do understand. I guess everyone's hasn't been working. Is that what you think?
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Creating and producing these things. So now we're all waiting for.
No, it's not. No, it's not even that. It's that with COVID, everybody's home wanting to work out. So they're ordering it all. And it's like they're selling out of all the equipment and they're back ordered on it. That's what I'm hearing, because a friend of mine ordered one of those bikes. Well, and I have another friend that just finished building his house, and all the gym equipment's backed up because sold out and stuff. So they're reproducing.
Oh,
and
that's
maybe it's part of it is that people aren't working to build them. Maybe that's part of it too.
High demand. Yeah, I think it's a combination of high demand and scarcity, because a lot of these companies, like you said, they're backlogged from the demand to begin with. And then if they had laid off people during, the forced close down lockdown and everything, then of course we're still struggling with that. But like I said, there's always, when there's a will, there's a way. And if you have a hand towel and you maybe loop back on this video, you'll see I demonstrated some inner and outer thigh exercises, as well as core exercises you can do with a hand towel on a smooth wooden or tile floor. And that is just a few of the uses for a hand towel. I've discovered many more, actually. I sound like a hermit. Like I've been doing this my whole life, but there are actually a lot more exercises you can do with a hand towel. But even if you were, worried about upper body strength, you could put the hand towel under your knees for a little support, or use a mat and then the hand towel. But get on your hands and just try to do a half push-up. I say that to some women and they're like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do that. I can never do that.
Even a plank.
Even a plank from your knees. Is
and like go up and down. But back to the reading. So what I like knowing about the thighs being about intimacy.
Oh, yeah. Well, inner thighs are about intimacy. The quadriceps, where you're weak, is about moving forward in relationships.
Well, I'm weak everywhere. Oh no, delete that. Delete.
No. And this is the thing. We're not saying that our bodies are going to dictate who we are in relationships. What I'm saying is that there's a history that has demonstrated that. And then there's also a history that maybe you tried to move forward, but the other person wasn't on board with it. You know what I'm saying? So like it can go both ways, but the fact that you're just paying attention to your thighs, I think is beautiful. I think a lot of women have like thigh hate, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel horrible about that. I don't think that's good. Your thighs are there to support you, to move you forward, to bring attention and awareness to things that you're maybe inflexible in relationships. A lot of people who have stiff lower backs and they also have tight hamstrings and glutes. We're talking about a history of being inflexible in relationships, and needing to have your way. So take a look at that. Take a look at how you can be more flexible. And I'm not saying this is about love. I'm just giving the audience an opportunity to explore their thighs emotionally and mentally. But adduction is moving outside of your comfort zone. So if you're weak in your abductors, ABD, outside thigh, you might want to consider strengthening them if you want to go into, say, like a new business, or if you're attempting to move to a new house, but you feel uncomfortable, strengthen the outer thighs. And then likewise, if you're looking for more intimacy or a certain type of intimacy in relationships, or you want more of an emotional connection, look to strengthen the inner thighs. So this is all, it's all like in my psyche now. It's all a part of my language, but I know that people are like, when I say these things, you're like, again, like the deer stuck in the headlights moment where you're like, this is what's going on and it's showing up in your body. But that's what happens. It's this huge God-given feedback loop that we are blessed with, that we can, kind of like work with and empower ourselves with. And that's how we have to look at it. Not like, oh, I discovered something horrible about myself. It's all good. All of it is good.
Yes. It's being in tune, embodiment. So what were the other two? Did you go on them?
What?
The other two cards. Leadership.
Oh, I said activate and teach. So we got to teach our thighs to be active in our process.
Okay.
And that we acknowledge them. Activation means putting energy into, and creating more energy in terms of, I say physical vitality, but it really is universal life force you're pushing through there. And the more universal life force that moves through, the healthier you will be and the healthier your relationships will be.
Yay.
So that being said, I'm going to jump off here because my dog is barking. Again, so much fun working from home.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And be well, be safe, and continue to be motivated by your workout.
Yay.